You are now listening to the Inner Circle Podcast Network.
And now, for your listening and viewing pleasure, direct from Hollywood, California, let's give a big round of applause to
Fading.
Hollywood?
These people are from Hollywood.
Fading Hollywood.
Hollywood?
Hey, hold on a second. Are you from Hollywood?
Failing.
Hollywood, California.
We must never stop failing. The minute we do, we fail. This is Hollywood. Don't fail me now.
Potatoes.
Hollywood.
Failing.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on to your butt.
Hey, welcome back from a little hiatus from Failing Hollywood. I'm your host, Mikey T, and joining with us back again, we got, I gotta turn this cut, Grant.
It's Grant. It's me. Hi.
Yeah, so we're here.
Hi. To all my glorious fans.
Yeah, so we're back. We got the cameras going and stuff like that. I still gotta figure out this. Oh yeah, we got me, you, two shot.
Whoa, hey.
Google. So that's what we got going on right now. But yeah, we took a little bit of a hiatus, which was fine.
We were both pretty busy. You were busy with like an actual like thing, like a Prop Master Guild.
Yeah, a lot of Prop Master Guild. I think I just wanted, as we got closer to Comic-Con, I just wanted to kind of shut everything down and just do Comic-Con because I didn't want to think about anything else but Comic-Con.
Sure, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And it was awesome.
Well, I mean, the emails I was getting about not being, no new episodes of Failing Hollywood were just, it was tremendous. It was like, one of those Christmas movies where they come in with all the letters from Santa.
Yeah, I know. I mean, all 15 downloads we get. They were blowing up our inbox.
I was just telling you. I was like, my cousin Austin listens, and Matt Hewish, another prop master, listens. And
shout out to Matt Hewish.
Shout out to Matt Hewish, and then those are the two people I know that listen to this.
There's a couple people that listen, but we went down because I was on another. Oh, I think I was on my brother's show. I was on one of his podcast episodes, and I was like, we're just gonna take a seasonal break. That's what they call it, right? It's just a seasonal break.
Usually they bank a bunch of episodes.
Yeah, we didn't do that. So we went into a seasonal break, meaning the end of the season. So that was season 5. Sure.
Is that season 5?
Yeah. So we're back with episode 1 of season 6.
Ooh.
So yeah, we got a lot of big things planned for you guys.
Yeah.
This season. So stick around. Lots of new exciting stuff. We're gonna go back to work at some point.
Maybe we'll answer the question of Mikey and Grant, our relationship. Will they? Won't they? The sexual.
What is that?
The sexual tension's there. You know it's there.
Okay. I mean, you're gonna have to propose. You're gonna have to make a proposal for this.
I mean, the fans are talking about it.
Yeah. I figured.
All the Reddits, the subreddits about Failing Hollywood. That's usually what they're talking about.
I think I don't have a subreddit. I think I had a Failing Hollywood account for a little while, but then they don't let you promote in most of the podcast subs, so it doesn't really matter anymore.
But yeah, you were doing the Prop Master Guild booth. Have you talked about this on here? I haven't been on it for a while.
We haven't done an episode since we've done it.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were working at the Prop Master Guild booth, representing the Prop Master Guild booth at LA Comic-Con.
Yeah. We had a 20 by 30 foot island booth where we displayed tons of props.
From some big movies.
Yeah. People were really they loved the Barbasol can from Jurassic World. They loved that.
I did take a picture of it and I sent it. But I'm a big, maybe not necessarily Jurassic World, but I'm a big Jurassic Park fan.
Yeah.
Like I grew up on that. Like when the first Jurassic Park came out, I wanted to be a paleontologist. I wanted to be a paleontologist. And then before that, I wanted to be an archaeologist because I watched a lot of Indiana Jones, and I thought, I'm going to go fight some Nazis. And then Jurassic Park came out, I'm like, I'm going to go fight some dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how'd that work out for you?
I'm doing props.
So. Yeah. And we're displaying them for fans at Comic-Con.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
No, it was great. Oh, we had the bomb core from Oppenheimer, and that was a big hit. We had some really good panels, and it was cool. It was cool to see because we had some of the Star Wars prop masters there that's from the TV show, and it was cool because at their panel, all the lightsaber builders and all the droid builders that are at every single convention all like flooded the floor.
Oh,
to like
because you were saying you got more people in on that than went and saw the 4 hobbits from the Lord of the Rings movies, like including Elijah Wood, didn't you?
Oh yeah, because the Star Wars panel happened the exact same time that Elijah Wood's panel happened.
Yeah.
And apparently only like 15 people went to that one, and we had 200 and something people in our panel.
But now that you said it's a lot of like the lightsaber makers.
It's all the people that sell lightsaber, like their custom
and I saw,
lightsaber
there's
stuff.
a bunch of booths around.
Right, and that build droids. There's a whole giant droid builders group, and they were all flooding, and they're all just like interested because thing about our stuff is it's screen used.
Yeah.
Which makes it superior.
Well, what was it wasn't R2D2, but you guys had R2.
Well, it's an R2D2 unit, but it's a
R2B2 or something.
R2B3 because the prop master that made its name is Brad Elliott, so he named it R2B3 for Brad Elliott. But that one's screen used in Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's like beat to shit. But he built out the R2 unit and then just like took a metal pipe to its dome and like has that in it, and then like
well, I'm sure he got paid for it. Like he built it out and then rented it out to.
Yeah, he built it out and rented it out to the show, and then got. I don't know. It has a lot. Its value is definitely way more than what he paid for it because of the matter of the fact. But I have a new. I came home because I started talking to him, and I actually ran the R2D2, and he had to show me how to turn it on and like the functionality of it. So I picked up like the head and stuff like that, and he's built 2 of them before. And this is a guy that prop mastered Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I started like going through, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I just really want to build another droid," and I'm just like. You're kind of making me want to build a fucking droid.
But he like built it from scratch, or was
scratch?
It
Most of them are built from scratch. Like you can't just get the kits super easily. Like people make each of the pieces of it, and they only have a limited amount, so you have to piecemeal it out and kind of put it together. And there's like 4 different ways you can build it. Like the legs can be built out of wood, or so, like a lot of the stuff can be built out of wood or 3D printed or acrylic, or like there's literally 4 different ways you can do it. It's just how realistic you want it to. Of course, I want mine to be 90% like aluminum and metal because it's fucking R2D2. Like I want it to feel as authentic.
You don't want to have wooden legs,
and you can make it do as much like pretty much its functionality. Like people make, like I want to make mine because like. Somebody had showed me the droid builders. They have one of the things that flips the head open and can shoot a lightsaber out. Like because if I build
like with like CO2 or something.
Like, it shoots a lightsaber. So I want that feature, but I want because obviously. I'll tell you how I convinced Jackie to let me.
Oh, she's on board with this now.
It took some convincing, but she's on board.
You told me this initially, and I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, I carefully worded it before I brought the idea to her, and I'm not buying any of the pieces anytime soon because I don't have money.
Sure.
Yeah. But I want it because obviously it's going to live in the studio if it comes.
Yeah.
But I want it to flip its thing out, but also just instead of shooting out a lightsaber, it shoots out a beer.
Yeah. It beers you.
It beers you. So just hit a button. It's like, woo! It shoots out a beer. But you can do a whole bunch of features things to it because everybody makes it talk. Like Brad's has like a little smoker in it, so we can have because it's a beat up droid. So he has it so he can like hit the wall and then start smoking. Stuff like that. But then they also have things where all the flaps could open. It could have like the little thing that comes out that like reprograms the computer when it goes up to it and all that stuff.
In a similar vein, but like I'm not a tremendous Star Wars fan, but I am really into Ghostbusters, and they do the same thing for the proton packs.
Yeah,
and some people they have some crazy fucking ones. And I last Halloween or 2 Halloweens ago, I bought the Spirit of Halloween proton pack, which is like I got it for like $70,
right?
And it's kind of cheesy, but like I'm like, oh, this will be a good base to start off of and build it out. And then it's a little bit, it's like 8/10 the size of like the actual proton pack. So it's just a little bit smaller. But I'm like, if I build it all out, I'll at least have all the core pieces to, if I want to take it the next step and start like fabricating like a proton pack from scratch.
I started like after he told me about it, I started researching it, and I also have him in my back pocket. Luckily, because he was like, oh, let me know if you do want to start getting one, because I kind of want to build a new droid too. Like, we'll have a droid building party at my house. I was like, well, if you're helping me, then that's going to add some value. But I've also started pricing it out, and even he's like, oh, you can probably build like a full R2 unit that's pretty functional and RC and everything like that for around $3,500, $4,000. A completed R2 unit sells like at the minimum for $15,000.
Right. So
and this is non-screen used.
So you have like a hard asset where you could sell it.
Yeah, it's an investment.
Yeah.
I mean, will I sell it? Fuck no.
I like the idea.
If I have an R2, that's what I'm saying. It's like they have those. I think my parents for Micah's birthday are probably gonna get him like one of those RC like Hot Wheels like cars that you can ride in.
Yeah.
Where we'll like drive. So when we're riding him to the park, I'm just gonna be riding the R2 behind him.
Wait, like you remote control the car?
You can remote control the car now.
Not like the kind that he drives.
They can drive it too, but now they have a function where you can actually. They have an RC.
He's a little young for.
I don't trust him behind the wheel.
No, he's 9 months old. He can't even stand on his own. You think he's driving like a RC powered car?
I don't know. You hear about those kids who can drive before they can walk.
Yeah, they're called paraplegic.
Well, here nor there.
No, I don't know. Actually, that just got me thinking. Like, I wonder who was the prop master on the new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out, which looks fucking. I'm excited about it, but I bet
I bet you I knew about it at some point in time.
But I bet they had to make like some custom proton packs, or at least go through the stuff.
Probably, but even like on a show, most of that stuff's outsourced to the prop makers and special effects departments and stuff like that.
Right.
And on Star Wars, a lot of times it's like, they have the whole creatures effects department that builds a lot of that stuff too.
Sure, but I mean, like that's the creatures. Like I'm talking like the hard lightsabers. Somebody makes it.
Oh yeah, the lightsabers. Yeah, but even still, so it's usually a prop shop that is deeper into the prop department.
I would imagine by the end of the show, your on-set props and probably truck guys probably know how to disassemble the entire thing, take it apart on the fly, do whatever needs to be done with it. Because, like, I mean, how many times does that happen with, like, real fucking basic props for us?
No, definitely.
You know?
And that's what, I mean, when I was looking into the droid stuff, it's like, it takes light engineering knowledge and stuff like that to do, which I'm fine with. Like,
I'd be interested in learning it, but I don't know it.
No, I want to build my own droid really bad. So I brought it to Jack. Like after he convinced me, I was just like, okay, Jackie, if I have a budget of about $4,000 spanned over 2 years, like I'll piecemeal it out over 2 years.
I like the idea that you're pitching it like this is an investment. Like
it is.
Like it might be. We might run into some hard times, but we got 3 R2D units that we could.
We have to. We definitely have to. Our finances have to level out again before we do that.
Yeah,
We have to be like in the ultra green.
Sure. Yeah.
And I also was like, oh well, maybe we can like, because you could take their heads off, like the dome off. Like maybe if I put a little seat in there, and then Micah can sit into it, and we can ride.
But how long is that going to be? Is he going to be able to ride in that?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to ride.
Make it strong enough where it can at least pull you around in a wagon.
Yeah, I mean, our two units are fucking dope, dude. I'm definitely. I really want to build a droid.
This really got me thinking about the proton pack thing, because I've talked with some of those guys that do like the custom build ones, and one of the coolest things I saw somebody do, which I was like, that's fucking genius. He had the ghost trap. And he had a button where he could turn it on, and it would pour out smoke. And the smoke device that he had was a vaporizer. Oh. And so it was pouring out like excess like vaporized nicotine, but you can get it scented. And so the scent he had was burnt marshmallows.
Oh, really?
And I was like, that's fucking That's clever.
Yeah, and you can change it anytime you want, right?
You just buy another fucking vape pen and just like pop it and lock it. And then it's hooked to, I don't know, I didn't go into detail about it, but I was really like, just kind of look at that. Like, that's kind of...
Have you priced out what the price of like a full realistic proton pack would be?
So they do sell some, like, was it like Hasbro or something? Whoever has the licensing for Ghostbusters makes like some adult like Ghostbuster replica stuff. And the real legit ones will cost about $500. So I'm guessing probably about $1,000 if it was like custom fabricated and all that, which I could probably do most of the fabricating myself. And I have made like I got into the whole forums about how like the dimensions of everything, because when I was in college I made a cardboard proton pack and I used just all those websites as like specs on like, okay, well, I need this little bit, and I'll just cut it out with cardboard. And
Did it end up being an investment when you sold it when you were finished?
No, actually, I didn't have room for it, so I just threw it in a dumpster. Yeah. And I was like, there's going to be one real happy homeless guy that finds this.
I'm sure.
But I built it with all garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was living on campus at Grand Valley State University, and I would go around at night and just steal stuff and bring it back to my apartment. And I just like...
Did you go dumpster diving when you were younger?
Oh, yeah. I went dumpster diving. This wasn't dumpster diving. This was breaking into construction sites and stealing stuff.
Oh.
But I was like, I'm paying to go to this university, and technically I'm not taking anything of the university property off of the property.
Right.
So I'm kind of just... I've already paid for this. That was my logic.
Logical. We used to go dumpster diving all the time, but there was always like the CD stores. They would just dump like
the stuff at the end of the day
Yeah.
or the end of the week.
I don't know why we'd find like a bunch of that's what I call music 16s in there.
Dude, you'll it's been a while since I've seen it, but I follow some people on Instagram that do this sort of stuff, and they'll go to these places and it'll be like a nice sweater that they're throwing out, but before they throw it out they have to like spray paint it.
Oh, really?
So it's useless.
They're fearful about resale values, but like that's so wasteful.
It's incredibly
It's just
wasteful.
so wasteful, man.
But like that's our
Just gonna throw this shit in the trash.
they're like, we're not just going to throw it in the trash, we're going to make it unusable.
Yeah,
But that's
it's not cool, man.
that's my whole anti-corporate like rabbit hole that I don't think we need to get into.
No, it is the holiday season. I don't know when this is gonna come out. It's probably this can come out after Christmas for sure. But we can talk about
Christmas movies.
Christmas movies.
Oh, you actually have one.
Yeah, you've already been lacking.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
That's the only one that I saw that looks like it could be a Christmas.
I mean, you can pair Nick Cage with any Christmas movie, kind of, right?
I mean, has he been in a Christmas movie?
I'm sure he has. Okay, are we gonna go to Google for this?
I think we have to, because Family Man.
Oh wait, we can't talk about Nick Cage without lighting the candle.
Oh yeah, let's light the candle.
Especially now that we're on. Okay, we're breaking out the Sir Nicholas Cage, Saint Nick.
Saint Nick.
Yeah, Saint Nick candle.
Which is actually pretty good for Christmas. Old Saint Nick.
Yeah. This is very appropriate. We gotta burn the
With
Saint
a twinkle in his eye and a wink of the nose, Saint Nick shoots down the chimney to help fight terrorists.
Yeah. Which I have been when you came in, I was watching a new Nick Cage movie.
Oh yeah, the one where he's like the old guy.
Okay, it's in frame, right? There we go. Okay, yeah, where he plays an old grandfather that's in the Cayman Islands, and
No, that's a bad idea.
in the Cayman Islands, and then his like granddaughter shows up, and turns out like instead of a drunk Cayman Island retiree, he's really an ex-assassin.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't see the whole thing yet though, but so there was that. But anyways,
We can't rate it yet.
yeah, we can't rate it yet. Nick Cage.
I want to
Christmas.
say like Weatherman or maybe The Family Man.
The Family Man. That's the one that comes
around-
up.
Oh,
Trapped in Paradise.
Yes.
Yeah, The Family Man and Trapped in Paradise seem to be the only ones that I'm seeing here.
Have we rated either one of these? Do we want to jump?
I haven't seen them.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen either of them yet. They're still on the. You saw both? I'm assuming.
No, I haven't. I saw Family Man a long time ago, but like I haven't seen Family Man recently. But like the general premise is he is like a business tycoon guy who like abandoned his ex-girlfriend so that he could start a life in corporate whatever bullshit, and then he wakes up one Christmas morning and suddenly it's as if he didn't leave his girlfriend to become a business tycoon.
Like Christmas, I mean, Christmas has like a Groundhog Day effects on a lot of movies, doesn't it?
Yes. Well, it's a magical time.
Yeah.
Everybody
Clearly.
knows that.
Yeah, it's just ghosts visit you and do all this
But
stuff.
have you been watching the Christmas movies?
Wait. I have. Let me open the letterbox and see.
Oh, I've been kind of laxing.
I've been laxing on the what is it? The reviews. Like I just put it in to remind myself that I watched it.
Yeah.
But the reviews will just be like, was decent. Or wasn't expecting that.
I'll put one sentence, and usually it's like, but yeah, I've been this year. I've been making a lot more presents than I have in previous years. So I've been starting to watch some Christmas movies. But like my favorite type of Christmas movies are always the non-traditional Christmas movies. You know, like Die Hard.
Oh, have we been on since November 18th? I may have not done an episode since then, huh? So I don't remember. I watched this movie called No Disrespect. It's not a Christmas movie.
What, I've never heard of that. It must have been really good.
I almost want to like pull. I don't know like what brought me to watch this movie.
Was it bad? Like, how did you find this?
It was awful. I think it was just on like streaming somewhere, and I just like came across it and was just like,
Ooh,
Do you
Pittsburgh.
remember anything about him?
Got locked up when I was 6, and even before then, he was never there.
gangster.
Is that your dad's getting out today?
That got to do with me. These are our streets.
I like how this is clearly
He has no pull.
somebody that had a camera and some guns, and they're like, "I'm making a movie."
Oh, but the guns are all plugged, and they point them right in the thing. Like they're so airsoft, and the effects of the blasts of the muzzles are like
really?
the worst you've ever seen.
Also say that you're looking to get back to it.
I don't know, because like even if you use like a CO2 gun, like a CO2 BB gun or something like that, and you light the gun right, the CO2 shooting out of the gun can kind of work. Yeah, no.
This was not that. I hope that they show them actually firing and you get to see it. Yeah, a little bit of sexy.
Boy, I run around playing gangster.
That's your kid, boy.
I ran these streets. I don't give a fuck about him.
Yeah,
I know what you've been hearing, what they've been saying about your.
I mean, I've seen so many guns in this trailer. I think the guns are going to be credited at the end of the.
Don't get sloppy. That's what I do.
Don't get sloppy. That's what I do.
Yeah, the cops like are only wearing vests. Oh yeah, there you go. No
I know you're
dishes.
all big and bad. I don't know what I'd do if I lost you, okay? What you gonna do?
Take care of it.
What the fuck was that? Back to back, like shooting guns, but like they're clearly not looking at anybody, and the camera's panning around, and there's nobody around them. What the fuck was that?
Yeah. It's hold on. I just want to give my review that I had on this. I go, oh, so again, this is still when I'm not putting a lot into these reviews, but
Yeah.
the only review I put was, wow, this movie is something. Perfect movie for intro to acting class and intro to After Effects. Definitely. the fake bullets flying are everything. Oh, there is a scene when they're outside. They're just in a regular public park and a shootout happens and like nobody's flinching.
Sure.
But then there's like a wanted like scene, like the curve the bullet thing where he kind of does this from behind a tree and the bullet curves and hits the president. Yes. Like in this gangster, like this is not a movie where anything like that should be, but yeah.
But they clearly saw Wanted and were like, that'll be cool. Let's put that in there.
Let's put that in with our master effects.
I didn't work on it. Corey.
No disrespect.
No. There was a movie. It was called like Zombie Apocalypse or something like that. And it was, there was a handful of people that were making movies in Grand Rapids, like no budget movies. And, I worked on one or two of them. Corey Fabian, he worked on, I think, most of these. And he was telling me about this movie where they were shooting a lot of guns, and right away they couldn't remember, when you shoot a gun, does it go up or does it go down?
Oh my God.
And they got it wrong, but they stuck with it. So the whole movie they're shooting guns, and every time the gun shoots, it goes down, 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 down.
Fucking idiots. I don't know if people doing these fucking movies or not.
This is Grand Rapids, Michigan. People should know how guns work out there.
Yeah, I don't know what prompted me. I think I just saw something and I was just like, I'll watch it. And then the same day, I think I watched Please Don't Destroy the Treasure of Foggy Mountain.
Oh, how was that?
It was okay. I gave it 2.5 stars.
The three main guys on it were writers on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, or are writers on Saturday Night.
Yeah, they might still be, but they do skits on Saturday Night Live, where like pre-recorded skits, and they're always pretty funny.
Yeah,
and Conan O'Brien's in it. And I was like, I kind of want to.
Conan's in it. The Dustin from Stranger Things, the kid, he's in it for a second.
Yeah, from yeah.
Yeah, so there's this movie was very much okay. It's kind of like a humor thing. Like it's a certain style of humor that, I mean, there's some funny jokes, but some things kind of
fall flat.
Yeah, which I could tell it's like these three guys are clearly like inside joke buddy, and they have like a lot of like. Which is kind of like, I mean, sometimes that works. If you look at like the Workaholics, it works for them. You know, the Always Sunny guys, that works.
Right.
Like that, they bring that, and it's something that can kind of translate. These are guys that seem like they have a lot of like really funny inside stuff, but then sharing it with the world just doesn't fall as well as you could see it landing in their circle.
Right, and that's like the kind of like you know, that's the problem with using inside jokes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah. You know, like it can be funny if like it's like, I think the whole tight butthole, loose butthole thing from like, you know, Workaholics. I think that was an inside joke.
Oh, definitely.
But it works. People get it.
Right.
I don't know. I did see one clip where they were like, I think it was from that movie, and it was like two of the guys, and they're watching this guy come in this like realistic baby mask into the restaurant. And then he pulls up the mask when he gets in there, like, okay, he's coming over to the table. And he goes,
right.
Guys, it's me. And they're like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? He goes, oh, you know, just whatever. And then one of them looks out the window, and there's like five other guys. He goes, don't look at him. Don't look at him. Just act natural. And then the whole time he's like, you know, please save me. Yeah, just like doing life. And they're like, what'd you say? He goes, just doing life. They're like, before that, he goes, I don't know.
Yeah. No, there's a lot, like there's a whole like cult in the middle of the woods bit that's kind of funny.
Yeah,
they find so there's. I mean, it's a watch. It's an okay watch.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'd say it's something that
like
definitely will entertain you in between. I thought I watched a Christmas movie, but I'm not seeing, because the other ones on here are Good Burger 2, Rebel Moon, Gran Turismo, and Barbie. None of those are Christmas movies.
Oh, Barbie was good.
Barbie was good. It just I haven't watched it till recently because it just came on streaming.
I think if Barbie doesn't, I mean, I think the Oscars are kind of bullshit, but I think Barbie should win for production design.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Like there's no doubt about
the
that.
Fake when they're at the beach in Barbie Land, and like the fake waves that like Ryan Gosling runs into, like
I beach.
I beach.
Why don't you beach me off right now?
I'll beat you off.
I'll beat you off.
I'll beach everyone off.
I'll beach everyone.
Like nobody's beaching anybody off.
Yeah.
Like
there's a lot of directions they could have taken that movie, and I think they hit it exactly perfectly where they should have. Like with the 100%. Humor, with the underlying like in jokes.
But that was the thing where like, you know, they hired really talented people to make a movie and then they let them make the movie as opposed to like, you know, like what was it? Who's the Warner Brothers guy that sounds like a supervillain? Zaslav.
David Zaslav?
Yeah. He was talking about like the failure of like I think it was
probably DC.
Not DC. It was Bob Iger. He was talking about the failure of
Disney?
the Marvels.
Oh, okay.
And he was talking about why that failed, and he said that movie failed was because they didn't have enough studio executives there.
Warner Brothers has DC. They are not. He has nowhere to talk about Marvels and how good they're doing.
No. It was Warner. It was Marvel. I think it was Bob Iger.
Yeah, Bob Iger is Marvel.
Yeah. He was talking about the Marvels.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was talking because like it was a box office failure.
Yeah,
and he was saying there wasn't enough of studio executives, and I think Barbie
executives don't know creativity.
No, and Barbie is a great example of like they had a movie, they got a great crew, and they were allowed to make something weird, and it made them $1 billion.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, it was done really well, well enough to apparently, what was it? Mattel just like greenlit like
three other movies. Yeah,
which is crazy.
One's Barney the Dinosaur, which I'm like, is there still a market? Like there was already been a Barney the Dinosaur movie when Barney the Dinosaur was popular.
Right.
Now you want to make another Barney the Dinosaur? You're gonna have to like Barbie's like a staple. Everyone knows what Barbie is. Barney the Dinosaur. You're gonna have to like reintroduce Barbie the Dinosaur because people are not gonna know what that shit is.
I don't know. I feel like Barney was pretty universal.
Yeah, but you're telling me millennials?
Clean up.
Everybody, everywhere, clean up. Everybody, do your share. Yeah. Come over here, little boy. Let me fondle you.
Yeah. You want to go up in my tree house? Do you remember that? Well, why does a dinosaur have a big ass tree house?
I don't know. But then he also had two cousins. One was
the yellow thing.
Well, there was the yellow. There was the green one who was the girl who was super fucking annoying, and then the boy who is her brother. His name is BJ.
Oh, BJ, I do remember that.
And I remember even as a kid while that was on, I was like, doesn't that mean blowjob?
Vigil? Oh wait, there's a purple one. An orange one too.
I think the show ran for a lot longer than I was aware that it was on.
Oh yeah, what the hell is this thing?
Gross. This orange fucking monstrosity.
This is Riff. This is Riff.
Why does it have a horse face?
I don't know. Oh yeah, so the green, these that's BJ, right?
Yeah, that's BJ with the sideways baseball cap.
Yeah, he was cool, man.
Yeah, sure. Sure. I don't know what that orange thing is. It came straight from hell.
It looks like one of the characters from Willy's Wonderland, actually.
Kind of, yeah. It's got like those dead eyes, but like the mouth that moves, so they added jowls. So it's like this Richard Nixon horse thing with like socks. I don't know. This is terrifying.
Why did all his friends wear shoes except for Barney?
Because he's a fucking dinosaur.
So are they.
That's the bigger question. Why are they wearing shoes?
It makes no sense. I mean, I don't know. When did Barney run till?
I don't know. But the fact that they're making a Barney the Dinosaur movie, and then, of course, they're going to do what every studio does, where they're like, oh, hey, we made $1 billion on Barbie. We need to really be on top of the people making the Barney movie to make sure that also makes $1 billion, which is like it's gonna be horrible.
It ran until from 1992 to 2010.
2010?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep. So it went a little while.
I didn't know that was. Wow.
and Bob West played Barney, and then Julia Johnson played Baby Bop.
Baby Bop, that was it, yeah.
That was it.
And then there's BJ.
It's this, yeah. Patty Wirtz played BJ.
Well, I see there was a couple of Barneys. I wonder if it was the same situation like the guy who does Elmo, where they were like, yeah, this is their guy who does Elmo. He's great. He's fantastic. And then like they're like, oh, he's really into child porn.
Oh, was that?
Yeah,
that
they got rid of him.
Was that what happened to Elmo? Oh my god.
Yeah, they got a new Elmo.
Yeah, I don't know. But let's talk about your Christmas movies that you watch, because I haven't really seen much Christmas movies.
I mean, the most traditional Christmas movie I watched was Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, nice.
Which, like, yeah, it's fun. You know, I think my review was 4 stars. It lost a star for not seeing Gonzo trying to fuck one chicken in the entire movie.
Okay.
That was his thing. He wanted to, like, fuck chickens. He was like, oh, that's a sexy chicken. Oh.
All right. I can't really. Okay, there's movies that you watch every holidays. I kind of can't do the Christmas carols anymore because it's just beaten to death.
The only one that I really watch every year is Scrooged.
Oh, for the Christmas carols and stuff like that?
That's sure. Like of the traditional Christmas Carol movie, it's Scrooged. I love it. Like Bill Murray.
Right.
Apparently he was like, I was reading something where it was a difficult shoot.
Well, because Bill Murray.
Because of Bill Murray, yeah. And at the end of the movie, he just improvised that entire thing for like an hour straight. And then they were like, okay, we got something. And then that's why the end of the movie is kind of like him rambling.
Yeah. Well, Bill Murray is infamous for like they would cast him and then he'd be like, yeah, maybe I'll show up.
That's how they felt about Ghostbusters.
And then he just,
they were like,
show up like, let's shoot Bill Murray stuff. Come on.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know if he's going to show up on day one.
Yeah.
And then he showed up and he had all his lines memorized, but like up until him walking onto set, they were like, I don't know if he's going to be here.
Yeah. That's like most movies that he works on, apparently. Especially now.
But yeah, of the Christmas carols, I haven't watched it yet, but Scrooged. Scrooged is my go-to. I fucking love it.
Oh, Home Alone. Home Alone above all.
That's, yeah. That I grew up with Home Alone.
Yeah. Home Alone's my all-time favorite Christmas movie, I think.
Favorite Christmas movie?
Home Alone's probably in my top 5 of all time, actually.
Of movies?
Probably.
I mean, it's a good one.
It's a fantastic movie.
Okay.
Especially if you just want to bunch 1 and 2 together. They're both
I always watch National Lampoon Christmas Vacation.
Shitter's full.
Yeah. Why's the carpet wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. Like it's a great.
I think Riley. Remember, I don't know if you remember Riley's does like this thing on his show because he hasn't really seen many movies up until recently. So he put on his wheel every week. He spins a wheel and he has to watch. It lands on a franchise. He has to watch every single movie of the franchise. He has. There's like over 100 different franchises, but I think National Lampoon's on there too, and he has to watch all the National Lampoons. So for Christmas, this is gonna be out by the time. So if he hears this, doesn't matter. For Christmas, I bought him the entire Sharknado box set.
Ooh.
I bought him the entire Tremors box set.
Oh, okay. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I think I may have gotten the Bourne series.
All right.
There's a whole bunch, like maybe the Jaws too. There's like a bunch I saw. I was like, where can I get the most deals? So I just got him a bunch of box sets.
I have the Jaws box set. Well, I have Jaws 1 on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
and then I found Jaws 2 3D and Jaws Revenge on like one disc on DVD, and I was like, that's all I need for that. I don't need those on Blu-ray. I don't need the director commentary on Jaws 3D. We're like, yeah, for this scene, I really wanted to look like the shark was coming at ya.
But all we had is this piece of construction paper, so we cut it out and moved it closer to the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's why I got them all, just because I know he's going to land on Tremors soon or whatever. But he's already blasted through a lot. I think once he gets through, like, he's actually committed to it.
Sometimes my little brother turned me on to doing that. It's kind of fun.
It just commits you to sit down and watch it.
I watched all the Resident Evils.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was kind of funny because like watching them like not necessarily back to back, but like one day I watched one, next day I watched like one after another.
Right.
You could see that the franchise was not doing well, but they clearly thought it was the problem with the last movie. So they kept like, at one point they end up like, oh, it was all virtual reality and we're on a big boat. And then the next movie starts off and the next movie's like, yeah, we're not on a big boat. We're not doing that. Like, that's done. Like, they're just like, let's get them off the boat as fast as possible and just ignore that. And then the movie after that was like, no, they were still on the boat. It's like, you can't just like retcon after every single movie.
Know. Oh, you know what the biggest... Okay, I remember the biggest franchise of movies that I got him, because he has a rule that it has to be like 3 or more movies for him to make the list. Or whatever. So I was like, okay, likely so. Well, when he was here, or when I was on his show, whatever we're going through, and he was just like, oh yeah, he's like, I think we were going through, I think we did a top 10 of like worst movies of all time or whatever.
Okay.
And we're scrolling through and I was like, oh yeah, Baby Geniuses 2. And I was like, there's a Baby Geniuses 2. And then he goes through, he's like, I remember watching Baby Geniuses when I was younger. He's like, through. And he's like, oh my God, there's a Baby Geniuses 3 too. And there's a Baby Geniuses Lost in Space. There's like all these. I was like, wait, so there's like 5 Baby Geniuses? He's like, yeah. And I was like, wait, did you say there's 5 Baby Geniuses? And he's like, fuck. God damn it! Now we're at that. So I bought him like all 5 Baby Geniuses movies.
Wow.
On DVD. And some of those were hard to find.
Right, yeah.
But I was able to get them. So it's like, okay, now you got. I can't wait to see these letterbox scores.
For Halloween, since I was doing a lot of sewing for my costume, and HBO Max had on all of them, but I watched all the way up to Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell, or whatever. And that's a lot of movies. I hadn't seen a lot of them, and they suck.
Yeah, I think Jason X was actually the first Friday the 13th movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah. When that one came out, I think. Because that's the one... That's the one where he goes to space and he finds the 2 topless chicks, and then he like beats one of them into a sleeping bag with the other.
I didn't see that one. I didn't see that. I still haven't seen it. I just know.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, ruined Jason X for me. So actually, speaking of franchises, I worked on American Pie 9.
Oh boy!
Which they stopped even numbering, and I remember it was called American Pie Girls Rules, which is already like a complicated and stupid title.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like towards the end of the first week, and I made a joke. I was like, yeah, it's great being here on American Pie 7, because I had no idea what number it was, and the director was like, actually, it's American Pie 9. And I'm like, actually, I wouldn't have corrected me on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
This is your claim to fame, man. If I was offered a directing position and it was that movie, I don't know if I would take it.
Well, I think we even talked about it on here, but he was a producer on it, and he couldn't find a director for it. And he was like, I'll just direct it. And so there was a lot of like, I mean, he seemed like a nice enough guy, like personally, but like you could tell this was a paycheck. He didn't give a fuck. He just had to get this thing done.
I would say he's going to be like, this is gonna be the one. I know we slipped, but but at least I got what's his name, Jim Levy, or is it Jim? No, it's something Levy. The guy that's in all Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
At least I got Eugene Levy that's in all of them, and he can make a revival of something. Yeah, that whatever that show's doing very good right now.
I'm not doing the buttons at all.
Yeah,
they're right in front of me.
When Freddie and Nick came in, Nick was like destroying the buttons, but he is a sound guy. But he was pretty on top of it. He was really on top of those buttons.
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up.
That one was appropriate. I thought the minute that I would fill that up with Nick Cage sounds, and you would be like,
I kind of forget about it because we're talking, and then I'm like, oh yeah, there's a.
I'll turn this damn bus around.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also it's something when it's just me and you and you're engaged, like when you have those little breaks in the conversation when somebody else is talking, then you like can remember it real
Yeah,
quick.
I mean,
then
you and
you're
I
like,
are having a
"Oh, yeah,
conversation here."
I can get it, but then when you're in conversation the whole time, it's a lot more difficult to hit the buttons all the time.
Yeah, I'm not like, oh, Mikey's talking. Let me look at the buttons here real quick. And
I'll turn this damn bus
it's the same one I hit.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I just don't ever use it anymore either. And if somebody's not here to run the buttons, I just don't do the buttons because it's our longest one. It's our longest one.
You have it listed as FUUUUUUUUUCK.
Yeah. Well, you're not. There's no question to what that one is. Just to be clear, but that's because I'm hitting buttons constantly now the entire show. But
you're over here doing a little.
I'm trying
with the switcher.
I'm trying to be a little bit smooth about. I'm trying to get second nature, but thing is, I kind of fucked myself. I kind of fucked myself over with it because the buttons aren't always the same position. So like I'll do a show and I'll just be like, it's fine. But then like camera 1 will be here and then camera 2 will be like here, but this is actually camera 3 now, and then the real camera. It makes sense right now because you're camera 2 and the wide is 3. But when you have 3 or more people, it gets a little bit confusing. So I just have to. I'll stumble over. So sorry when you guys see me go, oh, oops. Oh, here we go, because that's just me trying to stay with the conversation, but also switch.
Well, I feel like I'm saying this for all 5 of the viewers. They really appreciate it.
You're welcome. But also, my other show that I don't plug enough on here, Prop Talk, where we have a bunch of that has actually like
Prop Talk
that actually has like 500 viewers.
Need like just like guitar.
Yeah, I don't got that one yet. So that one that has a whole bunch is there you go.
Oh yeah, the Prop Talk.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. For that one, we have Teresa come in and she's technical directing it. So she does the video switching when we do those ones.
Well, yeah.
So I actually don't need to pay any attention to the screen behind me.
I actually haven't listened to Prop Talk yet. She like
you haven't listened to Prop Talk yet?
Listen, I could plug the podcast I listen to, but
yeah.
I don't think I need to.
There's some episodes I think are amazing. Actually, the one that's going to come out next week with Matt Cavallaro, he just prop master. A year ago, he prop master Killers of the Flower Moon. It's out now.
Oh yeah.
He talks a lot about like he's a good dude and he's like easy conversated, but like working with Martin Scorsese and like I do research for stuff like that. But did you see Killers of the Flower Moon? No,
not yet.
Well, it's about like the Osage Nation and stuff like that. So going over there, not only are they doing a period piece, but there's a lot of like culture that's not written. They had to spend a month just to get to know and earn the trust of the Osage people to know that they weren't going to do them dirty, and for them to let them in and like show them how a lot of like old like props in their history worked and stuff like that. I was like, that's a whole nother level to pre-pro right there and prep and prop in the prop world. So tell stories about that and working with Martin Scorsese, who's obviously a pro.
Yeah.
So anyways, Prop Talk's good. But there's also like episodes like with Don Milojevic, like we hear stories about like on Quentin Tarantino, The Hateful Eight or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That priceless like
guitar that got smashed.
That got destroyed and smashed, and it was Quentin Tarantino. He told the whole story. He's like, yeah, it was Quentin's fault. It's like he took it. Now Gibson guitar or Martin guitars will never ever lend us another instrument ever again in any prop show. So they ruined it for everybody.
But it was what was the story? Was it like one of the like Quentin Tarantino was like, let me just see this guitar real quick, and then like ran off, and then all of a sudden it's in Kurt Russell's
Well, you're
hands?
gonna have to listen to prop talk. No, the quick version to it is. He had doubles made of it, and he had like replicas and stuff made of it, and he had breakaway versions of it, and the person playing the guitar was like a famous musician. I forget which musician it was. It was the actress, but she's a famous musician too.
Sure.
I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of that movie, so I didn't really care that much. But anyways,
wait, not Jennifer Jason Leigh.
The one who was playing the guitar in the movie.
I don't remember.
I've seen it once a long time ago. But anyways, she knew that it was, and she was like in awe of the guitar too. He did it on purpose for the priceless reaction. And they've said like, this is a real, like, you can't, this isn't the guitar you smashed. Here's the ones you smashed. And he goes, we're not going to smash it on this one. And then he like secretly told the actor smash it on this one, just so he could see the other actresses and get her reaction, because she knew it was the real one. So that's the reason why they did it. Just like he knew it was there and kind of went around the problem. I was like, just smash it.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah. Right. So he tells a story. But also, on the Dom Milojevic one, you know what else he prop mastered? Face Off.
Ooh.
And he talks about that it was his idea to have the nickel-plated guns, and he made the holsters for him.
Really?
Yes, those custom holsters.
Were they one holster or two holsters that were like touching?
I think they were two.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
You'd think. But yeah, listen to the episode and he'll explain it a little bit deeper, because I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck did you just say?
You heard me. You heard me.
Hold on to your butt.
That's right. So yeah, go check out Prop Talk. That was Dom Milojevic is the one we were talking about, and then the one that comes out next week is Matt Cavallaro. Pretty good stuff.
No, I need to check those out, because I usually listen to podcasts mostly when I'm video gaming.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like just grinding or something like that, and I'm just like doing some repetitive thing, or like playing around on No Man's Sky or something like that, and then I'm like, put a podcast on, because it doesn't matter what I'm listening to on the TV. I'm just listening to the podcast.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of podcasts. It's a lot of Your Mom's House Network, though.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of them. Actually, I've been listening to a lot of Steve-O lately. Or I'll find somebody that's like I heard, like, weirdly enough, like somebody that I'm not getting political or anything like that, but outside of his own show, Tucker Carlson being interviewed was actually like a really interesting person, because
really?
I started listening to him. I forget, it may have been on Steve-O's podcast or something, but it was just, I was like, fucking Tucker Carlson, and I like gave it 5 minutes, and I was like, this isn't as like shitty or down your throat as I thought it would be.
Well, because Tucker Carlson doesn't actually believe, like, not to get too political, but he doesn't believe the shit that he's shoveling.
Not a lot of it.
Because he started off his career as a Democratic talking head on conservative networks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he doesn't care. It's whoever.
No, but yeah, no, there's I don't know, there's like a lot of stuff there's, but then also like I listened to a podcast, so I listened to an interview with like Oliver Tree, and I was like, I really like enjoyed the humor of like him and even him being interviewed. I just tried to find other podcasts where he was being interviewed.
There was a period where I was listening to a lot of Fly on the Wall, David Spade and Dana Carvey's podcast, because they mostly bring on either Saturday Night Live alumni or comedians, and because both David Spade and Dana Carvey are active comedians,
right? Yeah,
they've been running that.
I've seen them both, actually.
Yeah, I haven't. I'd love to see them, but
yeah, Dana Carvey was at the Comedy Store one time, and then the person is on Kevin Nealon does like a monthly show, and we went.
Oh, really?
That. Yeah, Kevin Nealon like runs this like a structured show there.
Yeah.
And Dana Carvey came in, but I guess the person that was supposed to like wrap the show, like be like the final act, dropped out. So Dana Carvey just went on. And he's like, "Well, I guess I'm just gonna finish it off. So, you guys want to hear any impressions? Shoot me some stuff." He just started like getting any impression that the audience would give him, and be like, "Okay, I'll try that one."
they had some like really funny bits. Like there was a whole bit where they were talking about like Dana Carvey's amazing with his impressions, but they were doing a little bit of a news segment, and it was like right when like Meatball Ron was starting to run for president, and he was trying to paint Donald Trump as woke. And so Dana Carvey was like, this is what got me hooked onto it, but like Dana Carvey was doing a whole like woke Donald Trump, like they're talking about that girl, that trans woman down in Florida who's an athlete, who's a swimmer. I don't care if she's trans. I don't care if she has an Adam's apple. Put her into that pool. If she's gonna win, put her into the pool. Feet like pontoon boats. Get her into that pool. It was just like, he just kept saying, put her in the pool. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sold on this.
No, he's great.
Yeah.
He's great. can't wait till I have some money again so I can start going to the Comedy Store. It's been a long time. I haven't been to the Comedy Store in a hot minute.
I don't think I've ever been to the Comedy.
You've never been to the Comedy Store?
I know.
That's like the gem of living in LA, being able to go to
I've been to Flappers a few times.
The Comedy Store is where every giant comedian goes to test their material.
I know, and
it's like $20 to see like Tom Segura and Bobby Lee.
I know. I really want to. It's just never something I've done because I used to do open mic stand up for like 3 years.
Yeah.
But
did you do it with Corey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were some points where like, because Corey actually, I like the whole like concept of like the craft that you're working on your material, you're crafting it, and like I never was that dedicated to doing it.
Right.
So I liked the idea of going to meeting a bunch of comedians, getting drunk, and then going on stage and just like talking for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So what other Christmas movies have you seen?
I watched the Die Hards back to back, Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 2.
But no new Christmas movies?
What are new Christmas movies?
I don't know. We can take a look.
Yeah, let's look up new Christmas movies. Because no, I don't. I just have like my staples that I throw on. Like I'll Die on the Hill. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Die Hard 2, I don't think that really counts as a Christmas movie.
Oh.
But I still watched it.
I heard Candy Cane Lane was a hot mess.
Oh, yeah. Silent Night, actually. I wanted to see Silent Night.
Silent Night looks interesting.
It's John Woo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You've seen Violent Night, right?
I actually haven't.
Violent Night is the shit.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I heard it's like murderous.
David Harper. It's super murderous.
Murderous Home Alone.
Yeah,
Santa Claus.
it is like Murderous Home Alone Santa Claus, but they don't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah, I think that's essential for a movie like that. Is you need to have like a little bit of like tongue in cheek to it.
Have you seen any clips of it?
Yeah.
Like the sledgehammer scene.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of bits. I just haven't sat down and watched it. I'll probably throw it on while I'm maybe even tonight when I get home. And I got
Yeah, you should.
One of the gifts I'm making. I told you I'm making a bunch of golf balls.
Yeah,
because like art department, we have so many Sharpies. And I'll get like I have a 45 pack of golf balls, like pre-used golf balls, and then I just make sure they're clean and then draw funny things like, penises or it's for my dad, and he's pretty hard Democrat, so I usually give him a couple of Donald Trumps, like him making like his tiny little face. Or I spent a way too long. I did a really graphic one of Donald Trump like choking on a penis, and I'm like, yeah, your friends are gonna have to see this.
What is it? This one? What's this one? Best Christmas ever. Netflix. I don't fucking know what this is.
That looks like the black lady. It looks like the what's her name from Saturday Night Live?
The black lady from Saturday. I don't know.
I don't know.
Candy Cane Lane, which I heard was a hot mess.
There's one with fuck. I don't know. Never mind. Pass.
Oh, this is one that Jackie, I think, started watching.
Xmas?
The Xmas, where the family invited the person's ex to their Christmas party, and then she went, and he has to just deal with it. I mean, I could have butchered that, but
there's one I wanted to see just because it's got Henry Zabrowski from Last Podcast on the Left. He was in a Christmas movie because he's an actor. And he was he pitched it on, or just like mentioned it on one of his episodes. And Colin, what's his name? One of the guys from Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Oh yeah,
the bald Canadian guy.
Yeah.
Who I looked him up. He's been in like 6 fucking Christmas movies.
I mean,
none of them are like right home about, but
yeah, the dude you said Whose Line?
Colin Mockery? No.
Colin Farrell.
That's not Colin Farrell. God, we are terrible at this.
Oop, I got to take out the Farrell part.
Yeah, not Colin Farrell.
Yeah, it's Colin Farrell. This guy,
Colin
Mockery.
Colin Mockery. I was right.
I was like, Colin Mockery doesn't sound right, but I guess it is.
Yeah, Colin Mockery. Yeah. He's been in like 6 Christmas movies.
Man, I miss Whose Line Is It Anyway? That was such
I've been watching the old ones.
Have you?
Yeah.
They're hilarious.
Some of them are pretty fucking... I mean, Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery, like, make it.
Yeah. What's Ryan Stiles up to now? Christmas movies?
Dude, they have made an entire career on...
Whose Line?
Whose Line Is It Anyways? Like, Whose Line Is It Anyways? Like, Whose Line Is It Anyways is still running.
No,
and then
it's
it's
not.
also had, like... Yeah, there's... Drew Carey's not hosting it anymore.
Well, no shit. You think he doesn't have his own show? They're still doing Whose Line Is It Anyways?
It looked like it. And then they're doing, like, spin-offs of it, and...
2023! Holy shit!
Yeah.
Where is this... And Wayne Brady's still on it?
Yeah.
No, he is not.
They rotate the cast, so I think it kind of depends on... But yeah, the clips I saw, it looked like he was still on it.
Holy shit.
But Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery are 100% on it. I think they live in that studio. I think the chairs that they're sitting on, like in the background, I think those are their personal chairs from home.
They just never leave.
No.
Yeah, hold on, let me go to the cast. Colin Mockery's been on 190 episodes from 2013 to 2023. It only started or this had to have been a spinoff then.
Yeah, this is a spinoff. No, it started in the 90s because like NBC was or ABC, whatever channel this was on, also at the same time was running the Drew Carey show, which was like a Seinfeld-esque show. Where like, we brought in a comedian who can't really act, and then we bring in some strange actors to act around them, and then we just do a funny episode every week.
Have you seen any of the new episodes?
No. I mean, I've seen clips because
Mondays.
I've watched a little bit. I've watched some of the old episodes, so now Instagram's like, oh, we know you're into this. Not like we're looking at your phone, but we're definitely looking at your phone.
Oh yeah, this must have been the original one.
Yeah, the original one was
1988
some
to
British guy.
1999. Well, the Colin is on this one too.
Ryan
Stiles and Colin.
It was a British
Mockery.
host. But yeah, and then they lost this guy with the receding hairline, and then they brought on Drew Carey, and then that's when it really blew up.
June the 25th, 1717. Christmas Day. Lost my reason.
Interesting.
Years in the...
Yeah. So what is it then? So it started in 1988. So Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery have literally been doing this their entire career.
Yeah. Yep. And
they're like, we'll just live here.
And occasionally they get other things, but like they look few and in between. And I mean, this is also got to be an easy fucking gig. Like you're doing it, you're not even doing it live. It's live to tape. And then
has it always been live to tape?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think it's ever live because they swear sometimes in it and they have to bleep it out. And it's on like NBC or something like that. A Disney run company.
Yeah. So that other one went to 1999. This one goes from 1998 to 2007. So it skated straight into this one. And then, what is it? The other one was 2011?
Yeah.
Oh, 2013. So they had like a 5-year or 6-year break.
Right.
And then just started again. And has been doing this ever since.
And I can't imagine these are guys that are like, I bought 5 Ferraris. Oh my God, I'm broke. They seem like kind of, normal guys that are like.
And Wayne Brady's been on every single episode almost of the new one.
Yeah, because he's doing that, and then he's doing that game show.
Yeah, so he just does Let's Make a Deal and then goes straight. He's like,
over there, and then
I'm just gonna go next door to Whose Line Is It Anyway?
And then improvs.
This is what made me.
Yeah, and then improvs for half an hour to maybe, let's say it takes up 2 hours of his day, showing up there, going through makeup, getting ready, running whatever camera test they need to run, shooting the show, and then going back to wardrobe, losing his clothes, and then going home. 3 hours tops.
Interesting. I gotta check out Whose Line Is It Anyway, wherever this is streaming.
Max.
Is it really?
The old Drew Carey ones. I don't know
The
about the
new
new
ones?
ones. I don't know about the new ones.
I mean, it's got an 8.4 on IMDb.
But yeah, that's what Sky and I have been watching. That and a lot of Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I started putting on. It popped up on Tubi, and I was like, "Oh, I'll watch it." But then it wasn't like, or no, it was on Pluto TV. But it wasn't like it's like a streaming thing. So there's no way to go from episode to episode to episode. So it's just playing even if you weren't watching it. So then I got tired and I found Next Generation. And I was like, well, I want to watch this.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen that since I was a kid. Or watched it all the way through since I was a kid.
Oh, it looks like, I think they're all on Max, apparently. I mean, or CW.
Yeah, isn't all that CW stuff on Max? Because Max
on
owns
YouTube also.
Max owns Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers owns CW.
I mean, luckily I got one of those TVs where you can just punch in on the front line and it'll tell you where it is. I love that.
You can do that with a phone, too.
Phones are a little bit skewed. At least a TV will be like, all right, you click on the box immediately, and then it just brings you to whatever app you need it on.
No, that happens.
So I have way too many fucking apps with these.
I'm telling you, purge your apps.
No, because then I'm going to want to watch something, and I'm going to end up buying it again because I want to watch the damn series.
I mean, at this point, there's a bunch of stuff I want to watch on Netflix, but...
You realize the strike's over, right?
I don't miss it. I don't miss the streaming stuff. But
there's a bunch of stuff I want to watch on Netflix.
There is, but it's also like, do I need to see David Fincher's new movie? Do I need to see the live-action One Piece TV series? I don't need to do anything.
What's David Fincher's new movie?
It was called The Killer.
Oh, I heard that was really good, actually.
I
think you might. I'll let you know if you need to see David Fincher's new movie.
But I worked with a on-set dresser who worked on. He worked with Fincher on something, and he was just like saying Fincher was just.
He's hard to work. I know the prop master who did The Killer, loosely.
Yeah.
But he says that he's just he's an acquired taste, but I don't know that I've learned to not take everybody, like, if you go into certain directors with that mindset and you just know they're certain passionate and they just know what they want, sometimes I almost prefer it, because if they just know what they want and then you can kind of walk away.
Right.
I don't always find that it's difficult. You just don't freaking bother them past that.
This on-set dresser, he hates Fincher, and he's like, I won't watch anything that he's done. I'm like, but he makes good movies like Fight Club, Seven, Zodiac.
Yeah.
Panic Room's even pretty good.
Yeah, shitty people don't deter me from watching good movies.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I know Quentin Tarantino is a pretty shitty person to work with, but I will definitely watch all his movies. I've heard time and time again that Taika Waititi's really a dick to work with, but you know what? His movies are fucking fantastic.
I mean,
actually, Last Goal Wins, I heard, was not very good.
I heard it wasn't. I think Taika Waititi's kind of gotten lost into his own
I think so
celebrity.
Too. Yeah, I think so too.
Where like it sounds like David Fincher might have already been an asshole, so then you can't really lose it if you're already an asshole. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Actually, the one actor that I was like, I will not. It will deter me from watching something that they worked on was Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Because I had to do prep for a movie that he was supposed to be working on, and I never even had to meet him. Just his demands coming down to prop department telephone style was fucking ridiculous.
Fuck that.
Now he's canceled.
Yeah.
And then he reamed out Sky. Sky was the set decorator. She got brought on to replace the set decorator on what was it called? Magazine Dreams with Jonathan Majors, and he was real loudly bitching about Sky on the job because she had dressed an entire kitchen but hadn't filled the drawers with stuff. And so he went, improvising, opened up the drawers, and then was like, "Why is there nothing in this drawer? Who did this?" Blah, 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 blah. Stormed off set.
Was it scripted?
No, it wasn't scripted.
Yeah.
He just walked into this kitchen and thought, there should be cleaning products underneath this sink.
Even though we're never going to see under here.
No!
But yeah.
The movie I worked with him on, it was about this poor Iraq War veteran. And because he is a method actor, which I have such disdain for method actors.
Yeah, fuck method actors.
It's like if everyone else has to act different so you can do your job, then you can't do your job.
Yeah.
But because he couldn't understand what it would be like to be like a poor black like veteran, he had to go stay he had him rent a grimy fucking motel room for him, and then he ended up getting bed bugs.
Oh my God. Fucking crazy.
He wanted all of his hero props, which it was a movie about a guy who a true story about a guy who robbed a bank to get the money that he was owed by the government.
Yeah.
So he just wanted like $800.
Yeah.
So he's robbing a bank, but he was kind of like, out of his head. So he brought a backpack with a machete and a fake,
as you do,
and a fake bomb, which was how he was like holding the bank hostage. And so I made a bunch of fake bomb detonator sort of things. And they ended up just giving him those so he could walk around with those. And I was like, this is not okay.
Yeah. You want to talk about TV and movie news?
You know what?
Hold on to your butts.
I feel like if I smash the button, it doesn't.
If you just get too overzealous.
I got excited. Yes, of course I want to talk about movies.
I know we've been talking about TV and movie news, so it really means it's like it's really a transition into do you want to play a game?
Hold on to your butts.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What game you want? Like I said, we're doing this live. Fuck it. So
should we do Christmas movies? Top 10 Christmas movies or something like that? Do the top 10 list?
We can either do top 10 Christmas movie list or trivia Christmas movie.
Ooh, I don't know. Dealer's choice. We were kind of talking about Christmas movies. This is kind of a Christmas episode.
Okay, sure.
I don't know.
Here, let me punch in like.
I love a good theme episode.
Yeah, let me punch in Christmas movie trivia and see what comes up, and if the first list is trash, we'll do top 10 Christmas movies, because I think we have done the top 10 Christmas movies in the past. Christmas movie trivia. Let's see what we got.
Because have you ever worked on a Christmas movie? I know a lot of people have because of Hallmark.
Yeah.
See, I didn't do any of those Hallmark stuff.
Yes, I have. It's like my Christmas date thing. Yeah, some of the earlier movies I did were Christmas movies. Jackie went to Utah to work on Christmas.
That's where Hallmark works out of, right?
Yeah. A lot of, yeah. She was gone to Utah to work out of movies and stuff like that. Okay.
No, I missed all the Hallmark stuff, so I...
Okay. In the film, like this is just a test one where this isn't gonna count. In the film Elf, what is the main character Buddy's favorite type of pasta?
Spaghetti?
I think so too.
Spaghetti.
I think these questions aren't giving me. Well, let's give it another, because I hate when we go through and they're like so fucking obvious that it's just
right.
Like. So let's give it.
Let's
do
two.
One
more.
Let's do two more.
Another sample. Another
before
sample.
we pass out the boards and everything. Okay. In the film Nightmare Before Christmas, what holiday does Jack Skellington discover?
Oh God, is it Christmas?
Oh yeah, it's Christmas over Halloween, right? Yeah. Okay,
It's in the title.
A stupid one. In the movie Home Alone, what is the name of the young boy left behind by Kevin McAllister?
Yeah.
Well, I get that's still okay. Hand out the boards.
Okay, all right,
They're up in the top. Yeah, they're in the top shelf thing there. I mean, we only need 2, I guess, and I have a marker already. So
Okay, I'm ready. I mean, we'll have to go through one at a time.
yeah.
Kevin McAllister.
Okay. All right. Start with Christmas movies. Let's see here. I already saw the answer. Okay, so we're not doing that one. What is the name of the Grinch's love interest in How the Grinch Stole Christmas? I wouldn't have not have gotten that.
No, I wouldn't have gotten that one either.
So the questions are already good then.
All right,
They're decent. Yeah, I think they're decent. All right, here we go. What does George promise to give
Mary
to Mary at the beginning of It's a Wonderful Life?
I think I know this one.
What does George promise to give Mary at the beginning of It's a Wonderful Life? All right, you ready?
Moon.
The moon?
The moon.
Oh,
I think.
I
What do they say?
I don't think I've seen this. I put a kiss.
Well, you're just reaching out into the dark.
I don't know. The answer is
the moon.
The moon. All right. So you
want the moon? I'll go get a lasso of the moon for you.
You got it. The next question: which reindeer do Jingle and Jangle take to Southtown, USA in The Year Without a Santa Claus? I don't know what the fuck that is. We can skip
Which
this.
reindeer? No. I'm going to guess. I'm a wild guess here.
Okay, fine. Okay. Okay.
I think this is wrong. As soon as I wrote it down, I was
You want
like...
me to go first?
Yeah, you go. What'd you write?
Okay. I went with Jungle. Oh, sorry. Jungle.
Jungle the reindeer?
Which reindeer do Jingle and Jangle take?
Yeah, it's going to be one of the eight tiny reindeer.
Well, I figured Jingle and Jangle and maybe it's Jungle.
You got 8 reindeers to pull from, and you're like, Jungle the reindeer. I said Donner.
I thought maybe it's Vixen.
Vixen.
Okay.
All right, well.
Maybe they made up it's a fucking movie, okay? Maybe they made up a reindeer.
They made up a reindeer. They're like, we don't got enough reindeer.
Okay. What does Susan Walker tell Kris Kringle is the thing she wants more than anything in the world in A Miracle on 34th Street?
1994. It's been a long time since I've seen this one. It's either world peace or nuclear holocaust. I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, I'm guessing on this one.
Fuck, I got like nothing.
A handgun. She wants a gun. I want a Colt Magnum.
Okay. Yeah, another shot in the dark. I went with A True Love.
I know it's the little girl.
Oh, then maybe it's not that.
I said her dad.
A family complete with a father and young brother and the house from the Coles catalog.
I don't think my answer counts. I got part of it though.
Yeah, I was like, I'll give you an eighth of
at least a third. Dad, younger brother, and a house.
From the Coles catalog.
From the Coles catalog.
That's pretty specific.
Pretty specific, yeah. All right. That was a guess too.
Yeah.
Because I knew her mom was in the picture. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4. In The Santa Claus, on what date does Bernard say Scott is due back to the North Pole? Okay.
I haven't seen this movie in years either.
Okay. I'm locked.
Okay.
Okay.
I said December 1st.
December 1st? I said December 26th because I took it as right after Christmas.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I could be
all
wrong.
right.
Let's see. Ready? The answer is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
So you had the right thought. You had the right thought.
Well, yeah, you have to be there. Yeah. Well, I see what you were going for, though.
I was just like, yeah, when you're done, you get your ass back here.
I mean,
you're due.
It's been a long time since I've seen this one, too.
Yeah, I've been watching the TV series, the Santa Claus.
Is Tim Allen in that?
Oh, yeah, he runs that.
He is the Santa Claus, right?
Yeah, but then in season 1, he's like, he wants to get back to his family and move back and hand off the reins, so he tries to give it to Cal Penn, but Cal Penn tries to turn it into a business and all haywire.
So he's got to come
loose.
back and fix it.
And then he's got to come back and fix it. So the TV series ain't bad. It's pretty fun.
Despite Tim Allen.
I like Tim Allen is Santa Claus. Despite Tim Allen. Okay, next question. What is the name of the evil magician in Frosty the Snowman?
Was it talking about like the original animated?
Yeah, I think so.
I know the premise of it. I think it's like...
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I feel like I'm gonna be close.
I think I'm in the right vein.
I know this is wrong, but I feel like it's.
Yeah. As soon as I wrote it, I was like, "This is wrong. This is maybe." But it is an older. It might be okay.
Okay.
All right.
You want to know what I went?
You wrote a lot over there.
Yeah. I thought it's something in the vein of Meister Burger.
Oh.
Is that sound like? Isn't something like that? Right?
I wrote Mr. Nasty.
I don't think it's that.
I feel like he'd have leather chaps.
Yeah. It's Professor
Hinkle. No, that was. Oh, no! What you're thinking of the Heat Meister?
The Heat Meister,
who was the bad guy in Frosty the Snowman 2.
Okay.
No, it was maybe not even Frosty Snowman 2. It was the same team that did like the clay animation. It was the clay animation, the Heat Miser.
Yeah, I knew it was something Yeah.
Yes, the Heat Miser.
Yeah.
As soon as you said that, I was like, it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Professor Hinkle. I was not gonna get that.
Professor Hinkle. Yep.
You know that classic character, Professor Hinkle.
Okay.
I almost wanted him for Halloween.
Oh, geez, you're gonna get this one. You just saw the freaking Christmas Carol movie. What was the name of Scrooge's old partner in A Christmas Carol? All right. What is it?
Jacob Marley.
It is Jacob Marley. I put Pete Burglar.
You remember that classic Charles Dickens character, Pete Burglar?
How do you forget?
It was a dark and stormy night when Pete Burglar crept into the house.
It is indeed Jacob Marley. Great. Let's move on to another question to get away from that. Okay. Complete this famous line from Elf. The best way to spend Christmas cheer. It's a long one.
I think you got it.
Okay. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Should we say it at the same time? Because I think we both know it.
I hope we both know it. The best way to spread Christmas cheer
is sing loudly for all to hear.
Ah, see.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. See, I gotta watch all the Christmas. I'm close. I put to spread love through all the year, but
you kind of rhymed it. Okay,
yeah.
let's double check here. The board says
singing loud for all to hear.
Because that's how the movie ends. They all sing the song, and then the kid's like, "Dad, you're not singing. You're just mouthing the words." He goes, "What does it fucking matter?"
Yeah. Yeah, what was the guy's name? What is it? The actor? It's John something or fucking.
God, we were terrible at actors.
I know. I shouldn't even try.
But he's a classic actor.
Yeah, he was in Godfather.
Yeah.
Anyways,
John Voight? Not John Voight.
No.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on before we try to spend too much time.
Yeah.
In Elf, John Cann.
Yes.
John Cann.
Yep,
Yeah, there we go. In Elf, when Buddy runs away, what does he apologize for in the note he's leaving behind? When did you watch Elf last?
Not this year. Apologizes when he runs away. I don't think this is right. Because I think this was part of a suicide note written by a death metal musician. But
I put for eating all the candy.
no, I said sorry for all the blood.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
I don't
either.
think that's right.
For ruining their lives and cramming 11 cookies in the VCR. That's right.
That sounds more accurate.
That sounds way more accurate. All right. These next two questions, I'm going to stage my comeback. So.
Oh, you got a deal breaker here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. Here we go. Okay. How many lights were on the Griswold's house in Christmas Vacation?
They're asking for a
Jesus
specific
fucking
number.
Christ. Oh, because it's probably mentioned in the movie.
It is mentioned, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing here but they're asking for a specific number, so I know this isn't going to be right.
Okay. 5,629.
I said 14,000 or 1,400.
Oh, mine was more specific.
Yeah.
25,000.
Well, way off on that one.
Yeah. Who busts Santa out of jail in the Santa Claus? Okay.
The Santa. Is that that's the Tim Allen one, right?
Yeah. The head elf.
I just said elves.
Charlie and the elves.
EL. It's like.
Yeah, it's like the FBI.
I don't think that counts.
I'm going to say you won because I didn't get a single one right.
I got 3 points.
I got Kevin McAllister before we started, which was great.
One more, just for fun.
What is the name of the movie? We were just talking about this before we started recording. What is the name of the movie that Kevin uses to deceive the pizza boy and the pair of cat burglars in Home Alone?
Keep
Man,
the change, you filthy animal.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that movie. You know what? I knew this like last year too because I was trying to find the movie and I like
something
looked
like
it
Snake
up.
Eyes or the story of Vinny
It's not
Snake
Snake
Eyes.
Eyes. You're thinking of the Snake Eyes is the Nick Cage
but
movie.
I thought it had something kind of like that in it.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Angels with Filthy Souls. So if you're thinking instead of snakes, angels instead of eyes, it's filthy souls.
That is it. That
then
is
you were
it.
pretty
Yes,
close.
yeah.
You were pretty close.
Classic Vegas term.
What does one gain entrance into Secret Hall of Snow Globes in
Never.
Santa Claus 3 Escape from the Clauses? Yeah, through vending machine marked out of order. In Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what does Hermie wish he could be instead?
I know it.
I don't know.
A dentist.
A dentist. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I don't want to build toys. I just want to be a dentist.
In A Christmas Story, about how many smelly hound dogs does Ralphie say his neighbors, the Bumpusos, own?
I think like about 100.
785. You were way off, dude.
The Bumpusos.
All right, last one. What does Clark Griswold hope to buy with his big Christmas bonus in National Lampoon's Vacation. Is it another Vacation?
Nope.
It's not?
Nope.
I haven't seen this in like 3 years.
It's a below-ground swimming pool.
Below-ground swimming pool. It just says a pool.
It's a below-ground
Maybe you would have
pool.
gotten extra points for that. That's it for this one. Happy holidays. I mean, I guess if this comes out between Christmas and New Year's, it's still holidays.
You could drop it. You could drop it at the beginning of next week, right?
It's family in town and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, I guess
I had
family's
videos.
more important than our dedicated viewers, our dedicated listeners.
This studio is going to turn into a bedroom for my brother-in-law, so I have to kind of push the tables into the corner and set up an air mattress. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Failing Hollywood. I'm your host, Mikey T, and this is Grant. We're part of the Inner Circle Podcast Network. You can find shows such as The Plunge, Hood Diner, Angry Dad Podcast, Untrained Eye, Simmons and More Podcast, Shit Happens When You Party Naked, Creatures kind of the night, but not much anymore.
Creatures of the night.
And I think those are all the shows. But also check out the All Bros because they're fucking awesome too. Yes, check out all the shows at innercirclepn.com. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
OnlyFans.
Not yet.
Grubhub.
We did think about doing a sexy man calendar at some point, like a podcast.
We'd have to find some sexy men first.
Yeah, well, we were gonna have Freddie was gonna be half of that, just with like
one tits November, the other tits December.
Oh yeah, no, it was just gonna be like a month specific thing covering his crotch in each single one. But
people are paying us not to get this calendar, right?
Yeah. Well, Jackie was our original photographer for the original set of photos that we did, and she refused to do it. So that's our free labor. Ain't gonna happen. But yeah, you can check all those shows out. Check out Prop Talk also.
Prop Talk.
That's right. Until next week, next week I think. Go ahead.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Fade to black.
There you go.